Welcome back. It's so good to have you here for another lesson. Before we start, take a breath. There's no rush today. If you've ever opened ChatGPT before, looked at that empty box, and then closed the tab without typing anything, you are not alone. Maybe you weren't sure what to say. Maybe you worried you'd do something wrong or ask a question that seemed too simple. That feeling is completely normal, and it happens to almost everyone the first time they try something new like this. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to open ChatGPT together, one small step at a time, and we're going to send your very first message. No experience needed, no special vocabulary required. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to click, what to type, and what to expect when you hit send. That's the whole goal. Nothing more complicated than that. Let's start with the simple version of what ChatGPT actually is. ChatGPT is a computer program you can talk to by typing. You type a message, almost like a text message, and it types back a response. That's really all there is to it. People sometimes call this kind of program a chatbot. A chatbot is just a program that's built for having a conversation with you through text. ChatGPT is one well-known example of a chatbot, and it happens to be a very capable one. You might also hear the word prompt. A prompt is simply the message you type in. It could be a question, a request, or even just a thought you want help with. There's no special format you need to follow. You can write the way you'd write a text to a friend. Here's an easy way to think about all of this. Imagine texting a friend who happens to know a lot about almost everything, and who never gets tired of your questions. This friend doesn't roll their eyes if you ask something simple. This friend doesn't rush you. You can ask about a recipe, ask how to word an email, or ask what a word means, and you'll get a calm, clear answer every time. That's a lot like what it feels like to use ChatGPT. You type what's on your mind, and it responds patiently every single time. Now let's actually try it together. Don't worry if this feels new. We're going to go nice and slow. First, open your web browser, the program you already use to look at websites, and go to chat.openai.com. If you have the ChatGPT app on your phone or tablet, you can open that instead. Either way works fine. Once the page loads, you'll see a simple screen. Near the bottom, there's a long box, usually with some light gray text inside it like a hint. That box is where you type your message. Go ahead and click inside it. You'll see a blinking line appear, which just means it's ready for you to type. Now, let's type something easy just to get comfortable. You could type something like, "What's a good recipe for chicken soup?" That's it. No special punctuation needed, no capital letters required. Just type it the way it feels natural to you. Once you've typed your message, look for a small arrow or a button near the box. On most screens, it's on the right side. Click that button or simply press the Enter key on your keyboard. That sends your message. Here's what happens next. Within a few seconds, words will start appearing on the screen, almost like someone is typing them out in real time. This is ChatGPT's response. It might give you a list of ingredients, then walk through the steps to make the soup. Take your time reading it. There's no clock running. You can read it slowly, and if you want to ask a follow-up question, you can simply type that in the same box below. That's genuinely the entire process. Type a message, press send, and read the response. You don't need to remember any special commands. You don't need to worry about typos either. ChatGPT will almost always understand what you meant, even if a word is spelled a little differently or a sentence isn't perfectly worded. Now let's talk about why this actually matters for you. A lot of people your age, and honestly, people of every age, feel nervous the first time they try something like this. There's a common fear of saying the wrong thing to a computer, as if it might get confused, or judge you, or somehow break. We want to be honest with you here. That fear makes complete sense, especially if technology has felt unfriendly or confusing in the past. But we want to gently reassure you. There is no wrong way to talk to ChatGPT. There is no question too simple, and there is no way to break anything just by typing and pressing send. This matters because ChatGPT can genuinely help with real, everyday things. You could ask it to help you write a birthday message for a grandchild. You could ask it to explain a confusing letter you received in the mail. You could ask for a simple dinner idea using what's already in your fridge. It's a tool that's available anytime you have a question, day or night, and it never gets impatient with you. Let's slow down for a second and go over everything we covered in even simpler terms, just to make sure it all sticks. ChatGPT is a chatbot, which means it's a program you talk to by typing. A prompt is just the message or question you type in. You open ChatGPT in your browser or app, click inside the text box, and type your message. You press the arrow button or the enter key to send it. Within a few seconds, a written response appears, and you can read it at your own pace. If you want to keep going, You simply type another message in the same box. To put it simply, opening ChatGPT and sending a message is a lot like sending a text. You type, you send, and you get an answer. There's truly nothing to be afraid of here, and there's no way to do this the wrong way. Before we wrap up, we want to leave you with some real encouragement. The very first message you send is often the hardest part, not because it's technically difficult, but because it's new, and new things can feel intimidating at first. That feeling fades quickly. The second time you open ChatGPT, it will already feel more familiar. By the fifth time, it will feel completely normal. So here's what we'd love for you to do. Sometime today or tomorrow, open ChatGPT on your own and type in a question that's genuinely on your mind. It could be about a recipe, a hobby, a piece of technology, or anything at all. You don't need our permission, and you don't need to get it perfectly worded. Just try it. And if you have any questions along the way, or if something didn't make sense, please leave a comment below. We read every single one, and there's a very good chance someone else watching has the exact same question. You are never bothering us by asking. In our next lesson, we'll build on what you learned today and talk about how to ask better questions so ChatGPT can give you even more helpful answers. That's it for today's lesson. See you in the next one.